my gosh. It is cold. And it is empty. I knew Barrow was going to be a trip as soon as we got off the plane. The airport here is about as big as a high school classroom. One line, 2 gate agents, and the oddest suitcase carousel you've ever seen. Someone just chucks your shit out some door, and well, you guys figure it out.
I'll just leave right here.
And people check weird things on the flights here. A vacuum cleaner, paper towels. Well, I later learned that a lot of these people fly to Anchorage to shop. I'll show you how much it costs up here. The best part is the walk from the airport to the hotel. There's one hotel in town, and it's not very far away. So we're walking to the room right now, dragging my suitcase through the mud from the airport over to the hotel, through the mud. Cars are zipping by. This does not feel like America at all, but I love it. Now that walk from the airport to the hotel in Barrow was one of the most memorable things we did in Alaska. We made it to the most northern city in the U.S. We saw more strange things here in Barrow than I saw in entire states combined. Welcome to Barrow, Alaska. It's going to be very interesting. Coming right up. All right, in the wave, Ken. We're in the hotel lobby. This is a trip. This is our room in Barrow. King Iron, the only place in town. Kind of bundled up. It's cold. It's about 39. Doesn't feel that bad though. It's like a dry cold. It's not terrible. You can kind of see what I have on. Boots. An albatross? Oh my god, no, that's a seagull. That's not an albatross. That's just a big seagull.
That face looked kind of albatross.
It did. It did. Look at this place. This is a trip. It captures very well. Barrow. Barrow. Just the name of the place sounds isolated. Okay, so where in the Alaska are we anyways? Well, Barrow is here. The only way to get here is by plane. One Alaska Airlines flight a day comes up here. There aren't any roads in or out of town. Well, roads that you might drive on. It's an Eskimo village, kinda. More than half the people up here are native Alaskans. Used to be 100%. And today there's some science research labs, some government workers, and oil workers up here. Seems that almost everybody up here that isn't an Eskimo wound up here for work, and it's temporary. Like, you don't just decide to move to Barrow to raise your family. And the oil part, that's the most important part. Oil is a big deal up here. It's the Saudi Arabia in the North Pole. The Eskimos struck a deal so they get these huge paychecks every year. A family of 4 easily gets $250K every year in oil money. But most of them don't understand money like we do. And so they live like this. A lot of the housing here looks like the third world. Buildings falling down, junk everywhere. I was told that people come up here and they try to help them kind of figure it out, but they just shoo them away. We don't want the help. I don't blame them. I asked about all of this. Everything I learned was just fascinating. Awesome. Now, I'm sure you're wondering about how much does it cost to live up here, Nick? I want to move to Barrow. No, you don't. But I was shocked at the housing prices when I looked it up. Houses here are about $400K, just like where you live. Jobs-wise, well, they need you. Teachers, doctors, construction people, clearly. They have to bribe people with a lot of money to come work up here. Teachers make $90K a year here, and they get free housing. I'm not sure if the housing looks like this or not, but they get free housing. If you're a single blue-collar dude and you want to make a big pile of scratch for a couple years, and you like mud and snow and no women your age, well, this is it. I was told the natives here used to live in igloos. So a rundown 600 square foot warm box, well, it's better than that, right? And the junk? Well, when something breaks, they just replace it. If the truck runs out of oil, well, here's a wad of cash for a new truck. And don't throw any of that stuff away. Those parts might come in handy later. It's a badass truck. And then there's the poop buckets. Some of the houses don't have toilets. One room house, you poop in a bucket right in front of the whole family. You put the bucket outside. And they make 4 times more than the average U.S. household. And they poop in a damn bucket. There's some more houses. This one burned down. I can imagine why they'd burn down. Because, I mean, they heat their houses in very unique ways, I'm sure. And it's just... Is this really the bus station? They seem comfortable like this. But it's not easy to try to get somebody to fix things anyway. Labor's hard to find in a little village at the end of the world. Here's another cab. Oh, it's an Uber and a cab. Fuller cab. And by the way, this is the only paved road in Barrow that I could find anyway. Right by the airport. There's the airport. That's the terminal. That's it. There's the in and out of the Barrow Airport. And this is what you see. As soon as you come out of the airport, welcome to Barrow, Alaska. Hold on. That's the cab in town right there. There's the Uber. It's a preferred method of transportation around here. So a lot of the natives drive 4-wheelers around everywhere. A lot of them don't have cars. And there's 4 cab companies in town. I know, right? Every few minutes, a cab drives by. And it's the strangest thing to see a taxi go by in this type of place. And another, that's Barrow Taxi. That's 3 different, at least, cab companies. Another cab. I just can't get over that. That is, to me, the trippiest part about this whole experience is the number of cabs. Cabs, dirty pickup trucks, a lot of workers from the slope, a lot of oil workers. There goes another oil worker truck. I think in a little bit we're gonna actually go up and see. So this is the south side of the village. This is where all the natives live, where it looks like this. And then when you go north, you have the scientists and the government workers. They all live on the north end of town in what I was told were much different conditions. So we're gonna go check that out. We got traffic up here on a Thursday about noon. Maybe it's everybody's lunch breaks. Here's how far away you are from things. Austin's 3,500, New York 3,300 miles away. Nothing about San Bernardino. For 4,000 years, Eskimo had this land to themselves. They came over here from Mongolia, and they were cold, but they were happy. The Russians, they've been coming over here forever. Russia's about 500 miles away by boat. And then in 1826, the Europeans found it, and they called it Barrow. And they set the place up as a whaling hub in the 1850s. And over time, organizations began showing up. Scientists, governments, defense industries, oil companies, for sure. And for a long time, it was just known as Barrow. Well, that didn't go over very well with the Inuits. They complained a lot. And so 8 years ago, they changed the name to Utqiagvik, which means a place to pick potatoes, which I thought was kind of sorry. I mean, I thought it would mean frozen whale land or something cool, but whatever. And I was told, a lot of this town is new, Nick. Like new construction. This was all way older and run down before the 90s when they had their big oil boom. They spent hundreds of millions on buildings and making all this more modern. I know, right? So have you ever heard about data brokers? You've probably heard a little bit about them, but I wanted to explain how they operate and how much of your personal data they keep. And then I'll explain a solution. Every move you make online, every click and purchase and internet search is tracked, harvested, and sold for profit. Your name, address, phone number, credit history, health data, what websites you visit, your location. Yes, your GPS location is now tracked and sold. There are 1,000 data points on each of us. It's all out there for sale. It's scary. And when the data brokers have your personal information, they can do whatever they want with it. Using AI, they can make a profile about you to know exactly who you are. They probably know you better than you do. And then they sell your profile to whoever wants it. Delete Me, a sponsor of this video, is the solution for removing your personal data from the web. They offer a service that removes your sensitive data from hundreds of online data brokers. I've been a Delete Me customer for almost a year now, and I have peace of mind that they're constantly removing my personal data from the web. Delete Me removes your personal information from data broker databases. For around $100 a year, they take care of everything, so you don't have to do it yourself. You should try Delete Me. Go to joindeleteme.com/Nick Johnson and use Nick Johnson at checkout for a 20% discount. That's joindeleteme.com/Nick Johnson, promo code Nick Johnson. I also put a QR code on the screen that you can use your phone to scan, and it'll take you right to the sign up page. Try it. I also put a link in the description. Don't be one of more than 1 million people that'll be identity theft victims this year. Thanks, Delete Me, for sponsoring this video. All right. So I'm walking around here right now. I think you can hear me. I got my mic on. It is brutal. It's probably 30, 35 with a really strong wind. I'm walking towards the Arctic Ocean right now. And there is nothing to block the wind out here. And it is just, this is what I came for. We had a little bit of sun yesterday up here in Barrow for a couple hours at the end, but I don't think we're going to see any sun until we get back to Anchorage in a couple days. And I'm seeing people just sitting on their porch smoking cigarettes in shorts. Like, this is just normal for us. This is warm. So, yeah, good for them. Most interesting place I've ever seen. And these people just live the way they want. And they just do what they do out here. It's just another normal day for them. One of the most fascinating days I've ever had. It's kind of weird to be walking around marveling at things while they're just living their day-to-day lives. But I had to put the shades on and the beanie on and the gloves, and it's still not enough because the wind is just howling right now. You probably can't even tell. But I tell you what, these people just live life on their terms. Who's gonna tell them no? On roads that aren't paved and mud everywhere and just stuff's in shambles. I don't think that they can fix things very easily. So I think when things break, they just throw it out or leave it in the yard. And I don't think they really recycle here. I don't know what they do, but I mean, everything here is just absolutely wrecked. I don't think there's a building in this town that's not destroyed, really. Look at, here's another one. And people live in there, and they heat their houses with oil and whatever, because there's no fire coming out of the chimneys. So this is what they do. And there's a lot of people driving around looking at me. I don't know. What are you doing? Here's another example here of just a random street here. And the type of housing they have up here. And from what I've been told, this is nothing. There's some villages that are in far worse shape. Bethel, there's a place called Suvakik something, I'll put it on a map, where the conditions are far worse than this. I think that I heard that the main reason that they don't have as much rundown and problems is that they banned alcohol from this village, so people aren't all drunk all day long like they are in some of the other villages. So they're actually functioning. Now, Barrow's a damp town. You can drink booze, but you can't buy it here. So everybody smuggles it in their suitcases on Alaska Airlines, just like we did. There's actual bootleggers up here. $100 for a fifth of whiskey. And $400 on a holiday. No shit. I hear it's also hard to keep Listerine on the shelves up here. That's mean. But Native Alaskans have a terrible time with alcohol. It gets them way worse than it gets you and I. It makes them crazy. So Barrow said, no more booze. But that's okay though. Weed is legal here. I was told a lot of the natives spend a lot of their money on pot. So I bought some for research. By the way, every time I tell you guys that weed is bad and I only buy it for research, well, I actually do it. I buy it and try it. Been lying to you the whole time. Had to fess up to that right now. And that is some strong bud, mister. Alaska knows what they're doing. It's been legal here for 10 years now, so they've had a lot of practice. Hey, buddy. Hi, I know you're excited. Are you guarding all this stuff? You see piles of bones everywhere. Whale bones, polar bear bones, seal bones. That dog right there was eating on a reindeer head. That looks warm. How do you decide? That's the mayor's house. Lisa's Beauty Salon. There's the salon in town. Get your hair did, get your nails done. Now, things to do. Not much. I was told most of the natives spend their money on bingo, groceries, and weed. Well, I'm going to show you the grocery store in a minute. But a buddy of mine that was in the military came up here, and he told me I'd rather be in combat than in Barrow because it's so boring. God, it's not that bad. There's maybe 5 restaurants in town, and they're all in various levels of what you might consider messy. This is Sam and Lee's. Kim and I ate here the most often because, well, they actually had food in stock, and it was what I would consider mostly clean. Fridays, that's all weekend. They change.
They have one here.
No. Oh,
Yeah, Saturday. I think that Mike said Saturday.
Because I was like, ooh, that would be really cool to see. Like, that would be something to see.
It's super expensive here. Here's a menu from another place in town. Everything's $20 to $30. Salad, soup, chicken fingers. Well, for one, it's expensive to get stuff up here. And you don't really have a lot of options. I mean, you don't like it? Well, then go hunt. And they know everybody up here has the dough. What else are you going to spend your wad on? There's no movies, no bars, no recreation, nothing. Some random corner here. Oh, the fur shop. There it is. It's the laundromat and a fur shop and a flower shop. Oh my gosh. Let's see if I can get anybody to talk to me. I've asked a few people, hey, can I talk to you? They're like, no, thank you. They don't really seem interested. I don't blame them. It's cold out, number one. And, you know, who's this YouTuber dude? What's he up to? I don't blame him. There's one real store in town. They're Walmart. It's this place right here. And inside, they have everything. This whole place is just kind of crafts, games, tons of toys. There's a lot of different stuff here. Got a rabbit, muskrat. Oh, a little muskrat thing. Oh my gosh, what is this? $1,400 for a fox. Muskrat gloves. It's warm. Can you see the face?
Uh-huh. Timberwolf. Yeah, turn. Keep turning. We need to see it. Whoa.
I'd be warm. In
You
this.
would be warm. That would also make you look tough.
All right, so that was the fur shop. Kind of a letdown. Nothing to really wear. Just a bunch of smaller furs. Affordable, I guess. And this looks to be some kind of apartment building. Not sure what's going on there. I mean, everything is broken in this town. Like windows smashed, Roofs torn off, siding missing. It is just, I mean, look at this. Like, it's almost perfectly flawed. Some people have, I mean, some of these houses look like they were just thrown up. I could even build some of this stuff, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Good for them, though. I mean, they're doing what they can. I hear they have a lot more money than it appears, and that's something I've talked about. So, I guess you do what you got to do. And here's an Uber. There goes an Uber. Barrow has an Uber. I'm not kidding. That guy has an Uber sticker on his car. There goes Barrow's Uber. He's looking at me like, dude, do you need a ride? There's a ton of cabs. I do have to say, I've seen, I mean, you can't walk 10 minutes without seeing a cab go by. There's way more cabs than we have where I live. You can see why, though. I might have to take a cab later. There's another cab just parked down the street here. I don't know if that's running or not. A lot of dogs, it's kind of sad, a lot of dogs are chained up outside. But they're probably tough. And you got stuff like this that's just whatever. Kind of a Quonset hutty looking thing. I saw a lot of that in Hawaii. Hey, doggy. There's the wellness center. Hi. What's up, buddy? What are you doing? Uh-oh, here he comes. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, he's on a leash. Okay. Okay. Oh, jeez. All right, so we're coming up. We're going to go to Sam and Lee's. That's a restaurant here in town. It's a Chinese restaurant that has not just Chinese food, I was told. It has American food and breakfast, but I gotta find it. Stuff's kind of hard to find. As you can imagine, there's not a lot of addresses or anything. So that cab is not running right now. And it's hard to tell if a lot of this is abandoned, if anybody really lives in there. I don't think people live in that. Wouldn't imagine. Oh, here's another pull tab. So pull tabs is a big thing in Alaska when you pay money and you buy these little rip-off pull tab sticker things that you can win $1 or $5 and nobody ever wins $300 or anything. It's just a huge rip-off. Tell you what, if they had actual, big waves, if they had actually gambling here, they'd probably make a killing with casinos and slots and everything. I'll tell you what, you don't want to get injured out here. And it is cold. Well, it's surrounded by the Arctic Ocean and tundra. The average temp here, it's about 10 degrees. For 8 months a year, it's below freezing. And it's below zero all winter. They say this is one of the places on the planet where climate change is messing things up. The average daily temperature here was 0 50 years ago. But last winter, it was in the 40s for a stretch. That's like Las Vegas being 150 in July. Now, when we were here, it was in the high 30s, and it was still summer. I was like, damn. So every now and then you get like a little glimpse of sunlight. That's your glimpse right there. Just barely. You'll see the sun for a minute. Yesterday we got super lucky. That was one of the coolest little walks I've had with the sun and the blue skies. It was also really cloudy. Somebody said, this is one of the cloudiest places on Earth. They even get fog bows here. I know, look at that. I didn't take that picture. Wish I did. Well, the Eskimos are worried about the climate. because their hunting patterns have been changed. The moose are wondering what the hell's going on. And the whales, they're not doing the same thing they've always done. Look, you can see the shores eroding away right there. Some scientists say this whole town's not going to be here one day when the ocean moves in. They have sandbags everywhere trying to save the town. Okay, there's my opportunity to put my hand in the Arctic Ocean. No, it's not. I'm not going down there. It's a big cliff. Oh my goodness, it is brutal out here. Oh my God, it's so cold.
What happens if the Eskimos can't eat because of global warming?
Mappy, why are you all Eskimoed out? Well, that's mean and insensitive. Plus, we don't call them Eskimos anymore. And global warming is fake. Look, it's snowing up here in the summer. I got it a little bit.
Yeah.
What in the hell? This trip just keeps going and going. I can see it kind of like on the...
We all need to start driving electric cars, or the Eskimos are gonna burn up like bacon.
We can't take away oil. Then these people would have to get a job. There's no jobs up here.
Then maybe they should start making batteries.
Yeah. All right, here's our place we're gonna have dinner. Right here, Osaka.
25 of those are in Nick, because Nick likes to make clothes. Those.
Yes.
That's right. I have no problem driving.
Your hood's messed up.
No, this hood.
Oh, because it's zoomed out. You gotta put it on the one zoom.
Oh, but I can't
was-
see you.
On the one zoom? Oh, wait, one more. Quite an experience here at this place. Really authentic. You know it is. And then here's the bathroom. Okay, we're out here in Barrow and we're trying to find the store. Everything is hard to find out here. There's no cell signal service. The streets are not really labeled well. Nothing's labeled well. But it's wonderful here. Sun for the first time in a while. Hey! Alright, so I think we found the store. Kim found the store. And we're gonna go in. This is just a trip. This is like a throwback in time, this place. The most authentic place I think I've ever been. This is how people live. And they've always lived. Barrow, Alaska. Did it for you, YouTube. Oh. The reason I couldn't find a store is because it's in the courthouse, apparently. I kept seeing the signs for the courthouse, and the store is inside of the courthouse. Okay. We're gonna stock up on some goods, some sundries. I hope. Today we're just gonna stock up here. Oh my goodness. All right, well, we're here. $15 for cereal. And of course there's heaters. Gotta have that here. $4, $5 for energy drinks. Gatorade, $6. There's their meat. $9 for a smoked sausage. $10 for a pack of hot dogs. $34 for beef. God, how do these people do it? $7 for butter. $10 for that butter. Hey, there's a deal. $23.99 for coffee. God. Paper plates, $13. $70 for 12 cartons of milk. What the God. Crisco's $32.99. I tell you, these people would strike it out at Price is Right. They would be way off. They have no clue. You want clean clothes? Well, it's going to cost you $34 for a bottle of Tide. $23 for 6 rolls of paper towels. Oh my God. And then diapers. $100. $100. That's $1 a diaper. Got our goods. Got our water at the Quebec.
The only store in town.
The only store in town. Bottle of water. That's all we need, and we're gonna
And
go
how
back.
much was that bottle of water?
This was $5.99.
No, it was more than that.
$8.99.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was.
It was $8.99.
$8.99.
Yeah.
For that.
Uh-huh. That's what
But-
happens when you live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Uh-huh.
Now we're gonna go and have a drink in the room. We're not supposed to drink here, but we are anyway.
Because it's your birthday.
Come on, everyone. We're gonna go to the room.
You're going to get us in.
And just like that, the rain's back. It's kind of a sleety rain. From what I've been told, there's been about 2 hours of sunlight in the last 5 days, and we just had it on our walk to dinner and back. So that's lucky, and here comes another plane about to take off. Where she goes, nobody knows. And I just talked to the guy who works here, and I said, it's snowing outside. And he said, shit, he did not look happy. I was excited about it. I'm like, it's snowing. He just had a look like, F my life. Here we go. First snow of the year. And I'm standing in it right now. It's hard to see on camera, but it is snowing. Promise you.
Yeah, I am. How about you?
No, well, we have a YouTube channel,
Oh, you do?
and we're traveling. We're here all day and some parts of tomorrow.
Oh, very good.
This is one of the parking lots in Barrow. It's where they plug their cars in the winter, so they don't freeze up. You can actually drive around. It's interesting. You don't have to plug your car in where you live, do you? That's how they get all their stuff up here. All those planes have mail and cargo, and milk and cheese, and cheap Chinese crap, and people. And here's our beach. Not like a beach I've ever seen before. Fascinating, beautiful. And Russia is right over there. We are in the middle of nowhere. The Barrow Arctic Science Consortium, with no scientists in sight. Well, what's up, YouTube? It's the last afternoon here in Barrow, and behind me is the Alaska Airlines depot. It's where you fly out and head back to Anchorage. And it's been a very interesting last couple days. Barrow's the most interesting place I think I've ever been. And we've been here for a couple of days. And it's just fascinating how these people live and why they do the things they do. And everybody is really nice, and it's very oddly chaotic but peaceful at the same time. And I'm actually going to miss it here. We've made a lot of friends. I mean, you can't help but meeting a lot of people and kind of knowing everybody in town after a couple days. There's really not a lot of people here. There's not a lot of things to do when you're here. And it's just a really cool, really interesting place. Unlike any other, and I'm glad I came. I'm glad Kim and I got to experience it and ask all the questions and show you guys what's going on up here. And tonight's a big football game. Sadly, we're going to miss it. First game of the year up the road. They're playing a team from Wasilla, and that should be really interesting. And apparently in about 2 weeks, it's going to start snowing, and it's going to be below zero in about a month, and the sun's going to go down in about 2 months, and they're not going to see the sun for about 87 days. So this is the end of summer for most of us up here. It's about mid-fall. And behind me is the airport, and we're going to be getting on a plane here pretty soon to head on out of here. There's one plane a day that leaves. If you miss your flight, you got to try to get out of here tomorrow. That's it. So that's Barrow, Alaska. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Now I'm going to go inside and get my stuff packed and get a little bit warmer, because we got to drag our luggage across the street back there, back to the airport. Off we go. This whole place looks temporary, doesn't it? But it's one of the most permanent settlements in the country. Barrow is now what it's always been, a natural place to hunt whales on the edge of the sea. It's one of the most fascinating places you can ever visit. I highly recommend you come up here and see how other Americans live. Now later in the series, I'm going to show you a part 2 version of Barrow, where we're going to get a lot more answers to the questions you probably have. This was just the "what in the hell place did I just step into" introduction. But this is Barrow, a strange, cold land with wealthy people who still live like they did 500 years ago. Kinda. Well, hey, Nick Johnson fans. So YouTube's pushing this whole membership thing now, and I think it's great. So I set one up for this channel. If you want to be a member on this channel, you can only do it on your computer right now. They make it hard for some reason. So go and hit join right there, and you can support the channel and join various membership tiers. I'm excited about it because I'm going to post all sort of behind the scenes content, extra interviews, fun mappy stuff, bonus songs, and more. Just some extra stuff that doesn't make it onto the main channel. So think about becoming a member. Huh, everyone?
You should join. I did.
Are you looking to move and need advice? I do consulting. That's right. I'll sit down and talk about where the next perfect place for you and your family should be. I do it all the time. Together, let's find you a new home that's safe and checks all your boxes. And I can also help you find your new house, too. Email me and I'll work with you on not just helping you figure out where to move, but I can help you find your perfect home, too. That's right. I know awesome, reliable agents all over the country, and I'd love to connect you to somebody who can help you search for that perfect home. And if you want to buy some Mappy gear, click the store link on my homepage. From there, you can check out the latest merch. There's hoodies, coffee cups, stickers, and shirts. Show off how much you love Mappy and support the channel. And I'm on Cameo, too. If you want me to send you or somebody you know a personalized video message, go to Cameo and search Nick Johnson YouTube. It's fun.
Hey YouTube world, I'm Sage, Nick's manager. You've enjoyed a Corner House Entertainment production, so watch another one.
Hey guys, if you learned something new about America or what it's like to live in America, great. You should think about subscribing and turning on your notifications. You can also click one of these videos or playlists for more.